President Lincoln was outspoken against slavery in the United States and issued the Emancipation Proclamation in efforts to free African American slaves.
Civil Rights Act of 1875.
All persons are entitled to full and equal enjoyment of the accommodations and facilities offered at any public place. Unfortunately, the Civil Rights Act did not protect people from discrimination in privately owned businesses. Jim Crow laws began around 1876 and ended around 1965.
They were laws enacted mostly in southern states.
The laws stated segregation in all public places with a separate but equal status. Martin Luther King is one of the most remembered and most famous African American leaders of the American Civil Rights Movement. His philosophy was that of nonviolent civil disobedience, which is refusal to obey certain laws and demands of the government without ever resorting to violence. Coretta Scott King played an extremely important role in the 1950s and 60s civil rights movement and continued in the fight for African American rights even after her husband's death. Malcolm X had a different approach or philosophy on African American liberation, which aimed more towards revolutionizing the government and society. He didn't feel that African Americans needed help from white people and that self-defense and violence could be used if necessary. Malcolm X's views aren't as widely heard as Dr. King's because they were seen by many as fairly controversial, although his entire life can be characterized by his willing attitude to change his views. To this day, Dr. King and Malcolm X are considered the most influential male leaders of the 20th century African American liberation. After a long day at work, Rosa Parks was traveling home on the public bus and was asked by the bus driver to move to the back, where the law said she belonged. She was tired of being treated like a second-class citizen because of her skin color, so she stayed right where she was. She was arrested because she broke the state's segregation law. But her courageous act paid off because it started the Montgomery bus boycott that was organized by Martin Luther King. President John F. Kennedy urged the United States to take action towards equal treatment of every American no matter what race or religion they are.